Hello everybody and welcome back to Blue Jay Acres. My name is Noelle. My husband Charles is on his way out the door. We're going to give you guys a little garden tour because you've been asking. Debated on even making this video.
Because it's a little garden tour.
We're going to keep it real because some years you're going to have great gardens and some you're not. And we had a couple things against us this year. One, we used old seeds. Our seeds, we bought most of them before we moved here, and we've been here now going on, is this our 5th year? We moved in.
The seeds are probably at least 4.
4 years. We moved here in 2020, the summer of 2020 and the summer of 2024, so 4 years. And then we have had the worst luck with bugs and critters this year. I mean, it's just been awful. And on top of that, we got things out late. So sometimes you just have to kind of bite the bullet and say, you know what? It's time to let go of summer gardening. Let it go. We're not going to stress it. We're going to focus now on our fall garden. But we're going to show you a look at what's going on in the summer garden. Alright you guys, so here we are. We're going to show you all the different gardens. I was going to have Charles film, but he said I'm not a good communicator. So he's carrying my baby's bucket, which I want to go give them because they're going to be waiting for me. But over here you see, this is my parsley is coming up. He's going to hit it with some weeding. I started in the 1 onion bed a little bit today, but
Weedings will never stop.
It never stops, but I'm okay with this parsley. I wish we had gotten it in sooner. It actually grew on its own from last year's parsley. And I'm happy with it. I'll get enough to put up. Here is we need to water tonight. It's watering night. We actually had a lot of rain yesterday. Here is the basil that I got at the farmer's market and we planted. We just need to get it some good water.
Hang it in there.
Here's my dill. This is the second time dill came up this year in this spot. It's all from last year. I didn't plant dill this year. And I'm happy with that. I already got a ton from earlier. So
you should really make a lot about this one. It's a really big deal.
I love dill. All right, then you come down here. Here is the little bit of, this looks like thyme. Is that thyme?
Yeah. Yes, that's why I left the tag in.
This is the thyme that I'd gotten at the farmer's market. Look at my roosters are all up on the fence. They're all waiting for me to get over there, and we got a hen of a loose.
Yeah, she does that.
And then here is my cilantro, which is starting to come up. I'm happy with that. This will end up being plenty of cilantro. I need to start getting out here and cutting some and using it. So that's all good. Over here is our okra. And okra always does good, but you guys, we don't really like okra. I try to find ways to use it. Next year I told him we need to just grow food we like.
Not okra.
That is from last year and it's growing up. It's amaranth. And if you see, we've got a big thing of it right there in the middle as well. We have roosters everywhere. And a cat. That's Simba. All right, then you come over to this bed, this sad, sad bed. So, honey, tell us what happened to all the cucumbers from this sad, sad bed.
Cucumbers pretty much got eaten as soon as either I transplanted them or they grew from seeds.
Yeah, squash bugs. You guys, the squash bugs are off the hook. So we got a bunch of beets in here. We got nothing here, so we're going to start putting our cabbages and our cauliflowers and our broccolis, all of our fall stuff.
But I will say
there is one. We might get a cucumber.
There is a nice looking.
Oh, we've got one. No, do not pick it. We got to let Theo.
I'm just showing.
We got one.
And there's a little one right there.
Yay! But it looks like it's dying off. It looks like they've already got it. Doggone. We can't, and that's what happened to our zucchini. Was we had one that was growing some, and then boom, they just started eating them like crazy. It's just been an awful year for us, one thing after another. So this was all going to be cucumber, and by now it should be growing up and over, and not happening.
Did not happen.
Hey, as you guys can see, I need to take a moment because my babies are looking for me.
Oh, do we need?
Yes, they're waiting. They see the bowl. They know what that means. Charles is going to get them. My babies are up on the fence. They're everywhere. Here you go, babies. Chickies! Who wants a treat?
Somebody laid an egg right in the middle of the road.
Who it's a treat. They always feed them back their eggshells. It's good for their eggs. It's good calcium. They love their eggshells. We don't crumble them. We just let them have them. Thank you, Dog Bite. You let them all know, baby. It's ready. Treats are here. So they knocked their tarp down. So if you see the one standing on the white tarp, that's Bree. That's my baby girl. She follows me everywhere. When they are free ranging, she is all next to me all the time. They're all hungry. We got to get their tarp back up.
Yeah.
And you said somebody did lay an actual egg?
Yeah, over by...
So we'll have to go get that today.
Over by the tarp near the silver
Actually,
bowl.
we just need to smash it because I don't know if it's a new egg or an old egg. Because I don't know, I didn't walk the coop this morning when I let them all out. So I'm not sure. And then I open their coop all the way up so that they have good air. We have a fan in there. We are hot. We're 88 today. We get to 94 by Monday, Tuesday. It's going to be a hot, hot one. So I always leave some ventilation going and try and leave as open as we can. Charles built them. They got little windows. They all put their little heads there and watch me every morning as I'm coming to the coop. And then we have a window on this side that we open. And then, like I said, the fan is blowing. We need to gather some eggs. Yeah, the fennel. So you put the fennel here. That did not make it, sadly. We had 2 roosters over there. And we'll go over there in a minute. The one little roo, this tiny little midget rooster, he is getting very, very mean.
Get out of my tomatoes.
When they're mean, we have to get rid of them. I don't allow any mean animals on the farm. So I'm gonna gather eggs real quick and then we'll finish showing you. So this also works good for putting my egg basket in the bowl. As you can see, they love to look out the window. They'll just follow me. They're so cute. I love chickens. They're definitely, I love them all really. All the animals on the farm. All right, so now we're over here. We kind of skipped all this. Let's go back over here. Okay, so then over here, we've got loofahs, which normally grow like a weed. You can't quit growing loofahs. They're so easy to grow. Squash bugs. They tore them all up. But, I mean, we grew enough loofahs last year to last us for a couple years. So that's the thing, is each year we've grown so much. This year is just not that year. Doesn't mean in the fall it won't happen, but here we planted a bunch of marigolds. So they're starting to come up. Down here was spices and herbs, of which none grew. I think it's just my seeds were too old, quite honestly. Now turn over here. This bed's doing beautifully. This is a tomato bed. I'm sorry, a potato bed. And that one is doing beautiful. We have 2 potato beds. I do think we're gonna have a good potato year.
We just weeded it like last week.
I know. And we're gonna have an awesome sweet potato year. So, I mean, we are still getting some good stuff going. Here's our carrot bed, spindly little carrot bed, because most of them did not come up. But, I mean, we're going to get some. So we're going to replant some carrots here for the fall. And then one of our, that just grew up by itself. And it's so beautiful. I love marigolds. And then...
Oh, no, I transplanted that marigold.
I know you transplanted, but it grew by itself.
Oh, yeah.
So you transplanted, it was actually growing in the amaranth bed.
That is correct.
And so he transplanted it over here so it had its own spot. And then that is my rosemary from the farmer's market, because we bought starts for the first time since we've lived here. We bought starts. Here's our other potato bed. Now this potato bed is not looking as beautiful as that potato bed. But again, I think our cats get in them, I think. I don't know. This potato bed is not looking as pretty, but we're still gonna definitely get some potatoes. Here's one of our onion beds. He put a couple potatoes in there. They didn't really do good. That were extra. But that's one of our onion beds.
Oh, yeah, and after I transplanted the eggplants. Those 4 were eggplant.
Oh, they were eggplants. I thought you said they were the potatoes.
No, those are eggplants.
Oh, they're eggplants, so
They
they
did
are
not survive the transfer from potting to...
They're not doing good. So again, more marigolds here. This was all supposed to be just a variety of squash. No go. Squash bugs ate it all. Not a one survived. We started all of them in the house even. Not one survived at all. Now what you do see is the couple zucchini plants that did survive, but we had a bunch of them. And over here they all got eaten by the squash bugs, all of them. So we're gonna start planting fall stuff in all of these open spots. So over here we have some radishes going. As you can see, we are gonna definitely get some zucchini if the squash bugs don't kill them, because I see down there they're already getting eaten up. The radishes, you guys, we're gonna pull them and feed them to our animals. We just don't like radishes. I'm trying.
And this is another reason why.
They're too big.
They overgrew.
They overgrew. Yeah, if you can see that, he got up too high. So we're gonna be pulling that out probably tonight, feeding it to our critters. And this bed's pretty empty because these squash bugs have killed everything.
Well, we did take some radishes out of this one. And then everything against the fence.
Yeah, but we didn't even like those radishes. So then here, the deer came through this morning. Let me insert a clip of that. Here's the little guy. I guess that was probably a girl. This is our soybeans that all the tops have been eaten off of this morning. And over here, the Swiss chard, quite a bit of it got eaten this morning. It's just been like the story of our year this year. Over here is lima beans. And they do great. We don't even worry about weeds in with the lima beans because you can't kill lima beans.
They do really good.
They're just, nobody eats them either. I think nobody likes them.
They're flowering.
So we'll be full of lima beans. Then here is the other onion bed. I was working on doing some of the weeding of this earlier today. It just was so hot. And then I had stuff I had to go do. So got to finish weeding in here, but that's our other onion bed. We could definitely use more onion. Here is oregano and mint. The mint is not looking so hot. Here's my sad little lettuce bed, and the deer came in and ate on it this morning. So all of this lettuce here got eaten by the deer. They looked beautiful. The one in the middle there. So I need to harvest these at least 5 before the deer finish them off. So how it kind of works is each year we're learning that you have some really great things boom and some things just not do good. Like last year was for us the year of the tomato. The tomatoes and the peppers. We had so many, I couldn't fit any more in my freezers. I couldn't fit any more in my canning. We had given so many away. He was taking them to work left and right. Peppers and tomatoes. And we just had so many, we actually ended up throwing away buckets and buckets and buckets and buckets of them. So many. And then we finally were like, just let them go. We just couldn't do no more. We had so many. The year before that, we had so many watermelon, we didn't know what to do with them. Just so many watermelon. And again with the peppers, so many peppers. So each year, something does wonderful and something doesn't. This year I think it's going to be our sweet potato year. That's going to be massive. And we'll just see what else. Like I said, I have hopes. Hopefully our fall garden will do better because the summer garden is just not happening. And we'll show you, we're not done yet. So this right here, this is all empty. It was going to be peanuts and it just never happened. So he's thinking about trying some corn there.
72 days.
70.
Sorry, weeding is a habit. I need 72 days for the one variety of like the bicolor sweet corn to grow. We have just at 75 days, I think, before the beginning of November.
So in the next 3 days, got to plant all the corn that's going to go in that bed, but then we also are going to get some more squashes and stuff going, all the fall stuff, but we also have a bunch of butchering to do this weekend.
Yeah.
So we got a lot going on this weekend.
We do.
I just want to say too, on the plus side, so this year the gardens are not so hot. However, we have completely gotten to the point now 100% all meat comes from our farm that we eat. And that is an awesome feeling that we've finally gotten there. This first year we're butchering chickens, and that is a really good feeling to know that everything is going to come from our farm that we eat as far as meat goes. But now let's go on and finish looking at the rest of the garden. All right, so he said we just found he found a squash that survived and some of the weeds that I hadn't gotten to yet.
Now that I've uncovered it, it'll probably get eaten.
So we'll see what kind it is. All right, so over here, he really should talk some of this, but he's too busy weeding everything.
I can't help it.
So these are baby sweet potatoes all just got planted. I had so many slips from my 4 sweet potatoes that I put in dirt, which is how we like to do it instead of soak them in water. I got so many slips, it's unreal. I just had to throw them out and say, okay, I can't do any more. I still have slips on my windowsill to put more in. So these are also all sweet potatoes. Now these are bigger and doing better. And I don't think anybody got eaten in the sweet potatoes.
So we have 38 sweet potato plants in. And yeah, you can see these have a little more age on the ones back there. And I think these will do just fine as long as they don't get eaten. There's a little bit of bug action going on. And yes, it looks like that has been...
a deer got so much this morning. So, and then we go into our tomato plants, which are looking a little bit sad, and the deer got into them.
Yeah.
The deer got into them today.
You can show them this one back here. This one's quite apparent right here.
Where the deer got it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look.
It just, I don't know why. It went past all these other tomatoes to eat this one.
Which was one of our sturdier ones.
Was one of our sturdier ones. And it just ate everything off of it. Now, I don't think it'll die. But the problem with it is the main run, it ate the tops off the main run, and this is an indeterminate, which means it isn't going to get much bigger than what it is now. Just because they ate the top of it off. So
you gotta watch. You got a kitten watching you.
I see that over there.
We have quite a few tomatoes planted, and we had volunteers, and the deer ate most of those today as well. So here's peppers starting. Here are peppers, all different kinds of peppers, and hopefully they don't get eaten. We do not put anything on to keep away bugs or anything. We do completely organic, no chemicals, no anything, no sprays of any kind. The only thing we use is like fish poo for fertilizer, and we use, you know, rabbit manure and our cow manure and that kind of stuff. But we don't use other stuff.
And I would say, you know, we're getting some flowering going on the tomatoes here. The size of the stalks on these tomatoes, these are the ones I put the rabbit manure in the bottom. Mm-hmm. And
they've done good.
Really did pretty well once they kind of got to that point. So,
and of course
I trimmed them all up to keep air at the bottom, which is why they look like trees.
We are getting flowers, if you guys can see, and hopefully the deer don't eat those. We have not, since we have lived here, or at our other house when we would have a garden, we have never had so many animal and pest problems ever. And I'm not going to spray stuff. I'm just not. I don't want that in our food, and I don't want it on our property. So
you gotta trim this one off. It's touching.
All right, and then we'll walk over though and check as you go. Oh, there's some more tomatoes.
These were all volunteers. I took them out of the run
here
good. In the middle. These were all volunteers.
We'll show you the other volunteers that have gotten eaten this morning. All right, so here then are the other volunteers I was telling you about. And you can see they did have little baby tomatoes on them. And the deer just ate them up. So you come down here. So this tree right here is our persimmon tree. And we were ready to throw that out. 3 years. Didn't do anything. This year it took off. And I think it's probably our best tree out here. It's crazy. Crazy how good it is. And look at the chickens are pecking at it.
So I moved it here and when it was just about completely dead. And because it's right next to the chicken run, it's in the path. Like right in here is the path of all the manure runoff when it rains really hard.
Mm-hmm.
And like it kind of swirls down and hits that tree over there. So it got a very good nitrogen boost.
So here, this was last year, we planted, or did we? Yeah, it was last year. We didn't do that this year.
These went in last year.
Last year. Our 3 cherry trees. This one looks like it's not gonna make it this year. Oh, the bees are coming. This one we actually got a couple little cherries off of this year, and I think it's doing fine. That one has a little bit of life on the top, so I think it's gonna pull through and do good. Then we had 3 peach trees here. They're not doing fantastic, but they're getting big. They're getting nice and big. But we haven't gotten any fruit.
Can't even touch the top anymore.
No, they're growing.
4 or 5 feet since we planted
Yeah,
it.
they're definitely growing. And again, with the chicken run here, that just does so good. And as you see, some of our chickens hop, they don't care. In the winter, in the spring, and in the fall, our chickens free range. It's just in the summer during the summer gardens and our neighbors have their fields done that they do not free range. Otherwise they run all over the place. But yeah, we haven't gotten though any peaches, but you know what, it's okay because the trees are getting good and established, so we're okay with that. Then we have our 2 apple trees. This one is looking a little sad this year, but it's done good. Oh, and Irish Spring soap, right? Isn't that what it is? I have used that and hung it on our trees because the deer would eat them when they were babies. And so one of them's even in a cage over there.
Yeah, I don't know if that helped.
But we lost plum trees, but luckily, I'll show you guys this. Our neighbor had a bunch of plums. Let me show you that real quick. So our neighbors called and said, we have more plums than we know what to do with. Come get them. We cannot possibly use any more plums. So Charles and Kate went and picked these, and I'm sure we'll be getting more a little later. So Charles and Kate went over and got them, and Theo, and then they picked up all the ones off the ground that are rotting and yucky. Don't know if it'll be worth it or not. Oh, Theo just made a heart. Thank you, honey. I love it. Good heart.
Yeah, I just couldn't get this part to go down.
To bend much? Maybe you gotta angle it at a different connection. Like connect them in a different way. So then Charles is getting the pits out because that is not good for the chickens or the pigs. So he's sitting here. Kate was sitting here with him. She took off, probably because I'm filming. And so over here is the bowl that will go to the chickens, and then a bowl he's pitting.
Here right now.
This is
It's gonna be tedious.
yeah, a little bit. Trying to cut them out.
It's probably 5-gallon bucket. I mean, our animals will go nuts over it.
Yeah.
And if our trees would produce fruit good, we would still be doing this for our animals from our trees.
Perfectly good fruit laying on the ground. I hated to see it just go to waste for nothing.
Oh no, because they will love it. I mean, we can't eat it because it's rotting, starting to anyway, you know, or it had bugs and stuff on them.
So much, right?
Yeah. Now we cannot get plum trees to grow. However, they do have one. And he said it only blooms though and does plums every 3 years.
Yep. Ours were just plumb out of luck.
They sure were. But we got a pear tree doing good.
Oh,
Got a lot of pears coming. No, that is definitely not a heart.
There's a lot of just nasty.
All right, I'm gonna go finish the cookies. So we're gonna try and plant something else back here. We haven't decided. I don't think if we're doing apples or what we're doing. Over here, we do have a pear tree with quite a few pears on it. These are all pear trees back here. I don't know how we ended up with so many pear trees. These are all pear trees. That's an Asian pear tree in its cage. And that's because we're trying to keep the critters off of it.
Actually, I'm probably going to have to take those pears off the top.
No, you're not. It will be fine.
It is bowing really bad.
Then string it. But it'll be fine for this year. You can't take all those off.
Yeah, I can.
No, no.
Leave your comments down below.
Should he cut them off or not? I say let them grow. They're already, they're too far gone. You just leave them alone.
I say take them off because it's going to cause your tree to bow.
No, I say no, you're not allowed.
You guys decide.
You better vote with me. All right, so then we're coming down here again, more pear trees. So here is my green bean row, and that's doing good. So we definitely get some green beans going this year. Lots of flowers. We're getting ready to have a bunch of them pop. So as you can see, I bought plenty of green beans this year, and we'll do probably a second run of them. And I'll get those.
And we lost a bunch right down
Yeah,
here.
from the animals.
And I don't know if you can see this or not. Can you see that hole?
Yeah, it's
And
things
there's
are
another
digging
one.
them.
Yep. So moles have been really bad.
Yeah, and you can see like the little trail right behind him, and you're going to see in the corn bed that we already have, the moles are already tearing it up. So then you come over here. Our blueberry bushes, they don't do good. We are not good blueberry growers. I don't know what is wrong with us. We have tried and tried. We have like, what, 6, 7, 8 plants, something like that?
Oh, we used to.
Yeah, we're just not good.
That were other types died.
And some like this, we've had for 4 years. We got it the first year we moved here.
So I did get some organic acid, like acidity
Oh yeah.
stuff for specifically blueberries. But
To
I did
try
make sure it
and
was
add
organic,
that.
and I'm going to try to add that.
And I'm not
See if I can
opposed to-
adjust the soil here.
Sorry, I was talking over you, I didn't mean to. And okay, you guys, our very sad strawberry patch. They demolished it this year, the animals.
That's what-
So we are gonna till it and knock it all over, till the whole thing up and redo it. So this is all getting tilled and redone, and I think we're gonna take it out here to the blueberry area.
Yeah, I'll take it all the way back to here, and I'll probably take it a little bit further toward the swing set over there.
And I am not opposed to using, they say to put blood meal down, which is just dried blood basically. And you put it down, and that helps keep rabbits and deer out of your strawberries. So I think that's another natural thing that you can use. Here is our blackberries. We are going to start taking clippings of these blackberries so that we can put them in water and get some roots going, so that we can make our blackberries go all the way down. We also have tons of wild blackberries.
These have been,
They've been eaten.
yeah, these have been bit off.
That's crazy.
They've been like, just like they were clipped. Right here's another one, see? It's just perfectly flat.
They
right
just,
there.
they're just going nuts. I don't know what to do with them. And those are Nanking cherry bushes. And then you go over here is our grapes. And they're not doing so hot this year either. Well, one, he needs to build my archway that's gonna go so you can like walk through an archway of grapes. That's what I want. And you can see it does have some, if you guys can see, some little bits of grapes. That's mole repellent. That is not working very good. We have them everywhere. Trying to do it in an all natural way, it just sends this vibration. We are getting some little bits of blueberries. But now, if any of you are good with grapes and know what's the deal, look at how sick these are looking though. I don't know what's going on. They do have some grapes, but they're very sick looking. And so we need to find out what maybe they need added to them, any kind of mineral or fertilizer, you know, like more fish poo or something like that. We've had a lot of luck with that. All right, now let's walk over back that direction. All right, so now we're walking over into the melon patch. Now we even put up some fencing around to try and deter some of the animals from eating it. You guys, they have been eating it like crazy. No sooner something comes up, they eat it.
Yeah,
That's gone.
I just transplanted these.
They're gone.
They're gone. Something's been in here.
This one's not doing too shabby, but I don't give it much hope because we can't keep whatever it is out of here. Hi, babies. I don't got nothing right now. And then over here, this one, they ate. This one's doing pretty good. Do you remember which one that is?
That's a cushaw.
That
Somebody
one's doing
sent us
pretty good.
cushaw
I think it's
seeds.
Roby. So we might get something from this if they let it be. This one is still trying. This one's still trying. This one's trying.
This one with the watermelon on it is dying.
We're not going to get the watermelon then. We have one watermelon growing and something's got it. So now it's dying. So we won't get that either. It's just, this is a depressing garden tour, I know. This one is trying. That one is trying over there. These guys are all trying to still hang on. We had planted a ton of them, a ton of cantaloupe, watermelon, honeydew, just a variety. And again, they're trying to hang in there. Now when you come around here, this is our pumpkin patch. Now this was our watermelon patch before, and maybe it's just this is a good area. However, as we get closer, you will see the deer got into the pumpkin patch. It's crazy. So we do have pumpkins growing. This thing is massive. We're gonna have so many pumpkins if the deer, yeah, if the deer will leave us alone. We will have so many pumpkins, they're everywhere. Like here's a white pumpkin right here, and you can see right here is where they got a hold of it.
Son of a gun.
That one was a good size one. I hope they leave that white one alone. And we have multiple though that size all throughout here. He's gonna try and get that out so that they don't do more.
Well, I don't want bugs to start.
Yeah, where are the bugs, I guess. Oh, I got
that
another white one growing down here. Yay, I wanted another white. Yeah, we can throw that to pigs. See, you can see there's another big one in there. We've got quite a few big ones going. Don't pull them out, leave them hidden.
I was just looking at the side.
Here's another big one. So watermelons, they're doing good. Over here, you guys, tons of wild blackberries. I need to get out and start picking all the blackberries.
So the ones, if these plants will hold on, and that one's looking like some of it's wanting to die, but the rest is looking good. These are supposed to be the largest. Oh, there's another one.
Yeah, oh, they're everywhere. I was looking at them this morning.
Pumpkins that we're growing. These are the Big Max pumpkins in here.
Or no, it was this afternoon, and that's when I saw that the deer had gotten it when we were getting water. Kate and I were doing water for the animals. It's so hot, we're out multiple times.
There's like, look at all this. That's a beautiful little flower. Look at that.
There are so many of them. And then he didn't even see, but we got a big volunteer tomato plant over here. The deer has not found it yet. It found all of our other volunteer ones, but it has not found this one. And it's big and nice. And it's got flowers.
Is it one or is it two?
I think it's one. But I think it's going in the ground, so I don't know if you'll be able to get that one transplanted or not, but it's a nice big one. Or maybe leave it here so the deer will leave it alone. Although it ate all of our other volunteers.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, then you come over to our corn bed. It was supposed to be this whole area as a corn bed.
Oh, good
Guys,
Lord,
things
look
are
at the
just not
mole
happening.
build.
I told you. The moles have just completely ran through it. This is just like, can you guys see? The moles are just completely, oh, here comes little mean rooster. But you see, we do have corn coming up if the moles do not kill it all.
I've made a mess of my garden.
Yep, he has this all roped up because you can see the corn starting. Each string is a row of corn, so we know where to weed or not to weed. And again, craziness. It's just been one crazy garden year. That's all I can keep saying.
And I think the chickens that are running free are eating some.
Oh, they might. They need to be caught. Well, the one little rooster is going to have to leave our farm. It can't stay here. But the others need to be caught and put in the main coop because they are trying to get into stuff. So, when it's like this, in a year like this, which is our first year like this, to have such a dismal year, such a I don't know, defeating feeling kind of year. Everything's against you. It feels like nothing, you're not catching a break anywhere. I think then you got to look at, but what did you accomplish this year? And the fact that we are growing all of our own meat and we are becoming so self-sufficient in that area is huge. The fact that we had such a good tomato year last year that I no longer have to worry about tomatoes this year. Now next year I will, but we have enough. So I would still love some tomatoes, but I don't have to have them. sadly, we might not get much of anything, but there's farmer markets everywhere. I know we're gonna get a ton of sweet potatoes, and I know we're gonna get a ton of potatoes. That's good. I'm gonna get a ton of green beans. You just gotta try and think about the positive when everything just seems like it's just not working out in your favor. And you know, I still feel so blessed to have all that we do have, to be on this beautiful property, to be living this life. We have the best life ever, you know, and we have so much to be grateful for. So next year will be better. We'll be better all the time. There's so much learning. Definitely getting all new seeds this year. We're gonna also try and focus on really getting our beds ready in the fall, right?
Yeah. Beds will be ready in the fall.
And then tarp them and ice them. Maybe even we need to just get some really good soil to add. But see, the one year we got soil from a company, that did not do good. It was, a lot of homesteaders were talking about it that year, and it really was not good. So we just keep working. You just got to keep trucking forward. That's what we're doing. There's farmers markets to get stuff that, you know, we aren't able to grow or do ourselves. And, you know, we still, again, have so much to be thankful for. And, you know, just try and do the best you can do. And I think that everybody, if you can, you should start gardening, because there's so much to it. It's a lot to learn. And with the days and times like they are, I think you just really, everybody should start learning, because it's not something last minute you can figure out.
For every one item you grow and don't have to buy at a store, it's money you've saved.
Right. Right.
Even if it's small.
Right. We got to just be positive. I know he has felt defeated. I have felt defeated. And again, you just have to look at the positive and where you've come. Even though we've never had so many issues ever. Oh, but it's all right. Look at this beautiful place. I mean, you can't get down when you're looking at this beautiful place.
Some of it could use mowed.
We got mowers
okay.
right here. Right here, 2 little mowers. They want love all the time. All right, you guys, I think that's gonna wrap it up though for today. That's a peek at our dismal garden days this year. We'll see you on the next one. Bye everybody, have a great day or night wherever you are.